Okay, so now what we are starting is sets and relations. So you know what is set, you know what is set, you know what is set meaning. So what is set? This means collection of objects. This is simply collection of objects, but this collection of objects, just if we say collection of objects, there is a problem. Therefore what we should say is collection of objects which are well defined, so that means simply you can say well defined collection of objects. What is that well defined collection of objects? Well defined means, for example, let's say you have uh, 10 intelligent students in a class. So for example, if I say 10 intelligent students in a class, intelligent students in class, 10 intelligent students in class means this is not well, this is not well defined. You understand? This is not well defined. This is not well defined. Why? Because somebody says this boy is intelligent, but some other will say he is not intelligent. So that means there is a problem in this. So therefore this is not called well defined. Understand? So but if I say 10 students, 10 students who scored greater than 90 marks, greater than 90 marks. So 10 students here, yeah, 10 intelligent students in a class. Here what I'm saying is 10 students. Okay, otherwise a collection of students. Simply you can say collection of students who scored more than 90 marks. More than 90 marks. So whoever is scored more than 90 marks, I can write them in a set. That is simple. So but here 10 intelligent students. Intelligent students in a class means what? Somebody says he may be, somebody says he is intelligent, some other will say he is not intelligent. So like that, this is not uh, for example, another is clever student. You may say clever student, or well defined means, I think you understand. Well defined means what? Like this, you should be able to recognize very clearly. That is called well defined. So for example, another example I'll give you. For example, in a, that means if an object is given, so here well defined objects means what? An object is given, then you will be able to recognize that is there in the collection or not. If you are able to recognize that is there in the collection or not, then that is called well defined. So now for example, another example, let's take rivers that flow in India. Rivers that flow in India. If a river is given, you will be able to recognize that flows in India or not. So this is well defined collection. Okay, anyway. So here set means already you know. So therefore I am giving set of natural numbers. So first of all, these sets are denoted by, represented by capital letters, capital A, capital B, capital C, like this. Say yes and so on. So this set of natural numbers, you know, the set of natural numbers. What is set of natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay, up to infinity. Set of natural numbers, you know. Set of whole numbers, you know, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. You know this, right? Set of integers, you know. What is a set of integers? 0, positive and negative numbers, right? Set of integers, you know. Set of prime numbers, set of, these are all sets. Because here, why this is a set? Because it's well defined collection. Because an object is given, then you will be able to say whether it belongs to this collection or not. So these are the sets which you know. So so now let's discuss about the sets. In this is complex numbers, we say. If you have idea or not, I don't know, but I'm just saying what is complex number, I'll say. So now real numbers, you know. So now here root of -1 equal to called root of -1 is not, root of negative number is not real. So real and this becomes I actually. So non-real, real and non-real together is called this complex numbers. So now real numbers, again this set of real numbers, this is called set of real numbers. So now here this yeah, set of real numbers again has in this no two things are there in this set of real numbers. In this again you can divide two. One is set of rational numbers, another is set of rational, another is irrational number. Q dash I'm writing. So rational numbers means what? That can be written in the form of p by q. Irrational number means what? That cannot be written in the form of p by q. P by q such that p comma q belongs to z. So irrational number means what? That which cannot be written in the form of p by q. You know this. So again in the rational numbers, two things are there. Rational numbers also you can write two. 1 minute, just a minute. Yeah. Uh, so what you learned is this is a real number. Real number, again, we can say rational and irrational together. We can call real numbers. And in rational numbers, what we have set of integers. That means positive numbers, negative numbers, and if it is not integer, it's called fraction. Okay, negative fraction, positive fraction, fractions. Okay, now in this fraction also we have improper fraction, proper fractions we have. So yeah, that's what is a this is rational number. Rational numbers means what? Integers and fractions. Again, integers means what? Again, we have integers means positive numbers, natural numbers, right? Then zero and what? Negative numbers. So this is integers. So these are all sets actually. You know sets. Already you learned sets. Now, okay, sets already I told you. Set we represent with capital letters, capital A, capital B, capital C. And here sets can be written in flower brackets like this. So now sets we can represent in two ways. Representation two ways. What are the two ways of representation? One is set builder form, another is roster form. You know, roster form one, another is set builder form. Another is set builder form. So what is this roster form and what is this set builder form? Roster form means simply listing the elements. Listing elements. Then what is the set builder form? Set builder form means what? You don't list all the elements, but this is you write the set with common property. Common property use to represent the set. For example, here I am writing, this is what I am writing is 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 comma so on I am writing. So now here what I will write is this this is a set of even numbers. So same set of even numbers, what I can do is here set of even numbers I can write like this also. Like this also. This is set builder form for the same set I am writing the set builder form. What is that? 2n such that n is a natural number. Like this I am writing. So now this common property is what I used. Understand this. Now natural numbers means what? If you put n equal to 1, if you put okay, so now this is, I think you understand this 2 4 6 8 here I wrote what is the set I wrote? Set of even numbers. Set of even numbers I wrote 2n such that n belongs to n. So if you put n equal to 1, you get 2. If you put n equal to 2, you get 4. If you put n equal, that means if you substitute here natural number, then you get this 2 4 6. Now I'll write another set I am writing. What is that? 1 3 5 7 so on I am writing. So what is this set of odd numbers? So what you can write is 2n minus 1 such that n belongs to n. So these are called what? Set builder form. So you must be knowing this in the 10th grade. So this is how we represent. So then this is important where it is useful. Yes. Sometimes you will not be able to write for some questions. You will for something you will not be able to write set builder form actually. So that time you have to list the elements. Okay. So for example, here if I say here x belongs to R, x belongs to R such that x is less than 2. If I write like this, x is a real number less than 2. For this you cannot list all the elements because all the real numbers less than 2. How many real numbers will be there less than 2? So many real numbers will be there less than 2. Therefore, this is set builder form is useful. That means some of the for some of the sets you have to write set builder form, and some other sets, for example, I wrote now this is one example. Another example I am writing 3 comma 5 I am writing here. So for this just to simply writing the set listing the elements, that means your roster form is enough. Here what set builder form is required? For this roster form only we should write because only 2 elements are there, easily we can write them in a in flower brackets. Or we have, let's say, 1 comma 3 comma, let's say 1 comma 3 comma 10 is there. So for this what is the common property? There is no common property. You have to list the elements only. So therefore some of the things some of the sets just you need to write the elements. Okay, that is that is roster form. But some of the sets you need to write only set builder form. So this here you have to write only set builder form. Set of real numbers less than 2. For this set builder form is required. For this roster form is required. Listing the elements roster form is required. So that is how we use these two representations. So you should understand this whenever it is written like this, it's called set builder form or property form you are writing a set. Whenever you are listing the element, this is called roster form. These two we use. So now one important thing before going ahead, we are going to discuss one important thing here. That is intervals. Intervals. What are these intervals? Intervals mean these are actually, intervals mean simply they are subsets of a set. Okay, subsets we have idea in 10th grade. That's why I'm not. Okay, anyway, subset also we'll discuss first. Okay, we'll discuss subset. Subsets we'll discuss what is subset. Let's say you have a set A equal to what? 1, 2, 3, so on up to 20 elements we have. So what is subset? Subset means if you take few elements from here and write in another set. Let's say B I am writing as 2, 5, 7. So now what you can say, B is subset of A. Why? Because every element of B is an element of A. Therefore, B is called subset of A. Okay, then what is the definition of subset of A? If every element of one set is the element of the other set, then first set is called subset of the second set. Second set is called superset of first set. That means here every element of B is there in A. That means from A only I have written B elements. Now B is subset of A, and then A is called superset of B. Like this we write. Okay, this is what is subset. Now subset here, one set is called empty set, which you already know. Empty set or void set or null set. Empty set we can say, null set we say, and void set we say, like that. So empty set means what? We represent it with 5. This is 5. This is 5. PHI 5 is different. PHI 5 means like this. And PI pi is different. That is this. This you know. What is this? Circumference by 2r. Okay, circumference by diameter is called pi. That is where that is different. This is different. So now pi is what is empty set. So we can write also like this. Also can write. So now what we say is we consider phi is subset of every set. Phi is subset of every set. Okay, this is phi is subset of every set. This is empty set. And not only that, every set is subset of itself. So A here, A is subset of itself. Every set is subset of itself. That also you know, every set is subset of itself. Subset of itself. This also you know. All right. So now here I wrote, I explained about subset. So here I am explaining interval. What is interval? Interval is simply it is subset of a subset of set of real numbers. Set of real numbers. Okay. So what is that? We'll see here. Now set of real numbers is R. On number line, how do you show? This is negative infinity and this is positive infinity. So here in between some zero will be there. All the negative numbers and zero and all the positive real numbers. So now here interval means, for example, here I wrote 1. This is 2. This is 3. Now set builder form I am writing. Now let's say S is a set of real numbers. X is real number such that X lies between. X is from 0 to 3. I wrote this. So that means what? Here all the real numbers, set of real numbers from 0 to 3. Set of real numbers from 0 to 3 you cannot list. Therefore, short form you write, that is only interval. What is that? 1, 3. So here 0 is not there, 3 is not there, from 0 to 3 is there. So like this we write. So another, this is called open interval we write. This is open interval. This is open interval we write. And next here, this now I am writing all the intervals. This is open interval. I think now you got the idea. Now this is what is part of real number line. That means what? This is subset of, this is simply a subset of real numbers. So this subset of real numbers, what you can say is you can write in open interval form. You can write this. This is how you can write. That means all the real numbers from 1 to 3 you represent like this. So here meeting will end in 1 minute actually. Then again you can log in. So once meeting ends, you can again log in. There is a only meeting time is only, they will give 40 minutes. Again we have to log in. Okay. So all right. So now I am writing. I think you understand this. I am now writing some intervals. I'll write. So here this is 0. Let's say I'm writing here. This is -1. This is -2. So here -1. If I write dark, this is there, -2 2, and here let's say 3. This 3 is not there. Let's say 3 is not there means like this. We write here not there means this. So now this one, how do I write is closed interval -2 to open interval 3 I'll write. So that means what here this set is, this set I am writing S1 or something, set of real numbers such that here x is from -2 to 3 including -2. When I include -2, I should write closed interval. When I exclude, I should write open interval. This is called open interval, this is called closed interval. So this is how, so that means what this interval means it is a subset of real numbers only, but you are taking all the real numbers from one number to another number. That is what is interval. So this interval concept you should learn. This is important. So now you have less than 1 minute. If it goes again, you log in. So then S2, let's say I'm writing S2 now. Okay, now I'll write all the subsets.